How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to Mamiya. So, last time I recorded, I was very tired. Apparently, someone pointed out, thank you, that I said Mamma Mia a lot last time. Or Mamiya. So, hopefully I'm not going to be that tired. But I do have a brief announcement. This coming up week, I'm kind of going to do an actual little snippet video for this as well. But just kind of a heads up. I'm going to be taking a week off. It's a personal choice. As many of you know, I'm kind of going back to school, university. I have a lot less time than I used to, and I'm probably foolish to keep making videos, but gosh darn it, I love it so much. But not only do I have school, but I actually have a very good friend of mine coming into town for a week, and I have such limited free time already. I want to maximize it with him before he has to leave. So I'm gonna just take a week off videos just so I can have some time with my good friend and make sure that that's gonna be all okay, that we can catch up, since we haven't been able to really spend time together probably in 7 years. Dang, has it really been that long? I just, when you move, you get separated. We've done stuff online all the time. We keep in touch all the time, but just being able to be in person and hanging out again, it's been so long. So I'm going to make the time for that. So won't be a video next week, but I should be right back onto things as usual. And this video is going to probably keep getting pushed into the weekend just because my Thursdays and Fridays are now so busy. It's not very likely that I will feel have enough energy and time to record early. But I'm going to try and shake that up a bit. I want to get back to my regular schedule because instability is the death of YouTubers. So I got to try and rein this in a bit. But I'm glad I decided to stay on my schedule of doing just 3 videos a week. At least until I finish with school, so we'll have to see. Anyway, let's jump back into it, Mamiya style. So last time was a lot more of a happy episode because as Natsumi, we were able to go around and we've been rounding up all the estranged friends, and we've actually managed to get them all together at the donut shop. So we're actually gonna have our meeting, which is cool. It was also really fun just kind of retracing and seeing familiar faces, familiar places, and just kind of being able to get everything to work out together. So let's just see how this all plays out now and, get back to it all. Oh, we also learned that Natsumi was super simping for Mina. That's who it is. Yeah, Mina. Apparently she kind of at least was interested in him. She was at least obsessed with him. So that's, he hasn't seemed to realize that he actually might have had a shot with her, but maybe that's for the best. Because he was simping hard. Hard. Anyway, let's jump into it. Shall we begin then? I made a solemn nod as I looked over at the 4 people gathered here. Let's think about what to put in Natsumi's coffin. Long story short, today's discussion didn't go anywhere. There were suggestions, of course, like Natsumi's favorite foods, trinkets, and hobby items, but there wasn't a single thing that all 4 of them could unanimously agree on. The meeting thus came to a close on a rather sour note, after which we all went our separate ways. No luck today, huh? Still, I'm just glad I managed to get them all in one place, at least. I wonder what Mamiya's doing right now. The stories I observed playing out for each of their perspectives, so even a spectator like me could see Mamiya. However, seeing how this story was progressing from Natsumi's perspective, Mamiya was nowhere in sight. And that's Natsumi's perspective. I had no way of telling if Mamiya was even doing anything to them. Maybe at the next meeting we bring up the name Mamiya and see if it means anything to him. And if it doesn't, we could try and give him a warning. And I had no means to find out either. Undeniably worried, I allowed myself to succumb to the blackout that came over the world. What do you want? Huh? Let me guess. It's about interfering? You want to know how the downsides, don't you? Oh, I've already interfered, actually. He's like, really? Are you dumb? Wow, I had no idea you could be that rash. What, did you only hear what you wanted to hear? No, I thought about it long and hard. Is what I'd like to say. But in my mind, I had made up my mind before I even considered it. No amount of thinking would have ultimately changed my decision to interfere. I had to find a way to make them happy, even if only a little bit. Good grief. Well, whatever. What's done is done. Just be careful around the librarians. You wouldn't believe how quickly they'll change their behavior. Right. So, what do you think about interference? I was happy to get to talk to them again. I took some time to process the day's events. Everything happened at such a hectic pace that I never actually had any time to sort through my feelings. It was only now that it occurred to me that the day I had just experienced was filled with things like my own self, the Natsumi that died could have never experienced. My resolve has only grown deeper. Any specific changes? Yes, when I came back, there was a puddle of blood on the floor. Anything else? Well, it's also mildly disorienting to no longer have my original body. How do you even... Oh, right. Not only did you keep your old memories, but you actually got assigned to your own world to boot. I don't envy you, pal. I can only hope I'll get used to it eventually. So, why exactly are you so attached to them? Huh? I mean, I get that you all were best buds in life, but they're nobodies to you now, so what gives? You still have your memories, but now you belong here to the heavens, and it's messed you up a bit. You normally wouldn't care this much about a bunch of lower realm folk. You'd only known for a couple years. What drives you? I was really happy to be born. I remembered the time before Natsumi Soichiro's death, back when I was still enjoying life. Even if the River of Oblivion made me forget the immediate events leading up to my death, the memories I shared with them were all still with me. Before dying, I had a different disposition than I do now as a spectator. It's hard to explain, but the world back then seemed so wonderful and brimming with life. It felt like everything I had ever touched was handcrafted by someone. The idea that nature had spent so much time creating all this filled me with an immense amount of gratitude. Every person I met was a miracle, and I did genuinely cherish them with all my heart and soul. That's an enviable point of view. I think part of me believes that in a way. Like, I think that there's an immense value to each individual person, and that there's nobody who doesn't have the potential to make wonderful, positive change. But there's also the realist in me who also accepts that there's a lot of people who take the gifts that they've been given and use them to do terrible things, or people who are given very unfair circumstances, unfair settings, and unfair people and situations to face, and that even the best of them can't come out of that without scars, and that those scars can continue to propagate themselves. And there are people who do terrible things. There are people who do terrible things because that's all they've learned how to do. There are people who rise above things, and there's something beautiful about people who rise from circumstances and become something greater than what they are surrounded by. But yet we also see so many people who are drowning in a sea of obscurity, who, despite each having their own hopes and dreams and ambitions, just like you and I, they feel like they'll never come out of the shadows of those around them, that they're going to struggle their whole lives and might never feel like they've accomplished anything. Despite the fact that accomplishment, peace, and making a difference is very rarely something that puts you in textbooks or makes you notable or popular or famous, that the majority of the shapers of the world, the people who make the biggest difference that lead to the outcomes that we see, relish, and admire, are often behind the scenes. It's not just the great scientists, it's the parents and the teachers that encourage them and push them to be their best selves, and help them ask questions that they couldn't help but seek the answers to. It's about the colleagues and co-workers that are uplifting, supportive, and team members who make it. I guarantee you, if you talk to a soldier, they likely would say that it wasn't me that was skilled, it was my team. It was my brothers and sisters, those who were standing side by side and who had my back and I had theirs, and that our unit was able to work together because we were a unit. It wasn't a solo. Yet we often cling to the stories, making it sound like these people can do these things on their own, that they're great independently. But the truth of it all is that the greatest among us also are supported by others, whether intentionally, directly, or not. It's just the fact of life. Like we're social by nature. None of us is an island, as much as we might sometimes wish it. I'm an introvert. I like spending a lot of alone time, but I also understand that there's an intrinsic, important connection that I have with other people, and that connection isn't something to be diminished or distracting or inconsequential. So perhaps I don't see the world like Natsumi does, but I do see the world as it is, the perspective, and there's a beauty to it, a terribleness too. The fact that we're destroying our own planet, the fact that we still allow people to starve to death even though we have the resources to make it not happen anymore, even though people can still choose to fight and to kill and to domain, defy, and destroy each other, the land, and historical artifacts and places of memory, that they find excuses, as much as they might believe they're just, to do things that are so destructive, is highly disappointing. I fear for the future of humanity. I don't know if we have a future. I want to believe with all my heart that we're not going to be stuck here on this one planet forever, that we're going to have other options, and that one massive catastrophe or slip of the thumb isn't going to wipe out everything that we are, because there's something wonderful about what we have, and something that I think needs to endure, even if we're corruptible, even if we're flawed, even if we're going to continue to make mistakes. We continue to make beautiful things too. And so I think it's important that we all, I don't know, at least the ones of us that can, commit to seeing the world and what it can be, and trying to fight for a future rather than simply fighting to exist. If we can make policies and decisions that might inconvenience us but can spare the future, that we can strive for discoveries and inventions that will never make us millionaires and make us have everything be perfect, but like the greatest minds and the greatest artists that came before us are left to the greater generations down the line, that our children's children's children will benefit in ways that we can't even comprehend, because it's worth it. Because often the most important people are the ones that simply aren't obsessed with themselves. The ones that make the biggest differences are the ones that look forward and want to try and do something not for glory or for recognition, but because it's something that needs to be done, and there's no better person to do it. I also think it's hilarious how we look at all of these revered figures of the past. Like, I think a great example is Einstein. You realize that Einstein was a patent clerk, that he got as much education as he could, but he didn't stand out. Not beyond, being the most gifted of his classmates, sure. But there were many people who probably dismissed him, didn't think much of him, who might have even mocked him for having the dreams, and yet he destroyed everything we thought we understood about the world and the physics that run the universe, and offered up answers to questions that physicists had been declaring there were no answers to. Because he was willing to push the envelope, think outside the box, and refuse to just take things at face value. And I also think a lot about Starry Night and oh gosh, I can't think of his name. I can think of so much details about him. That cut off his own ear. He's highly mentally unstable. Gosh darn it. I know you know what I'm talking about because I'm an idiot, but so many artists have changed everything that we enjoy and treasure now. Never really knew that their stuff was popular. Are we willing to do that? Are we willing to make something beautiful even if it feels like hardly anyone sees it? It's kind of this channel, really. I could try and chase algorithms, make content that I think could be more successful more consistently. but I want to make something I find beautiful. Anyway, let's move on. Every person I met was a miracle. Including, of course, Kikuchi Ryo, Chojo Minato, Morichika Haruki, and Seo Kato. Those 4 were special. I was drawn to them almost instinctively. I had no specific reason, but even trying to come up with one would have been rude, I think. I guess you could call it fate. They'd been on my mind all this time, even back when I was still alive. We may not have been overly involved with each other, but the fact remains I did cherish them. So I want them to be happy. That's the only thing I truly want. I have no other desire. A moment passed in silence before he finally whispered back to me. I wonder if you'd have turned out like this if you'd remembered your final moments. The main factor behind becoming a spectator is to reach enlightenment. Nirvana, if you will. Huh? Make no mistake, you've been chosen as a spectator precisely because you reached Nirvana. What? You retained your memories. You're appointed to the story you were in, and now you're interfering with that very same story. You're a real anomaly, but don't worry about the certainty of your own existence. Natsumi Sotochiro definitely existed. Excuse me? Hey, relax. I'm sure things will go well for you. Where were you, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, I just needed to take a walk for a change of pace. A walk should be acceptable. I must, however, remind you to stay away from the darkness. The scent of sin might seep into you. Oh, yes, I can smell it quite clearly. This isn't the scent of paper. Really? Seeing how intimidated I was, the woman's lip curled into a smile. Us librarians boast a keen sense of smell. We're always surrounded by books, you see, and many other smells we pick up to tend to stand out. What we librarians do is merely fix books. You would do well not to forget that. The meaning behind those words sent a chill down my spine. Once she had left, I breathed a heavy sigh. My heart was still going like a locomotive. Good thing she didn't pry any further. It made me think back to that mysterious voice behind the door. What was he confined in there for? Actually, never mind. I have no time to start worrying about others right now. All I need is to think about setting their story on the right course. Okay. It was my personal quest, my holy mission in a way. Oh, here we go again. What you reading? A teen mag? Would you mind getting out of my face? Come on, I'm writing about a chick your age. Give me some material. Leave me alone, or did you run out of things to do? Don't you have a job? Look, I'm about to start working. Actually, that gives me an idea. Come with me. Huh? Wait, hey, stop pulling me. Where'd the others go? The arcade. I see. Well, that's a shame. I just gave the duty table another thorough look and was hoping to hear their opinions. Shall I go over it for you? I'd appreciate it, though keep in mind that I essentially revised it for their sake. I'm assuming we'll have plenty of garbage this week as well. Why do you look so happy about that? Anyway, we have to do something. Toma glanced at the calendar. The year was nearing its end. Do you know what day it is? Do tell. Year-end tax adjustment day? No, it's New Year's. Look around, there's way too much garbage here. Let's take this opportunity to clean up. The other three's expressions had turned sour before Toma had even had the chance to finish the sentence. You've got to be kidding me. This is what I cleared up my schedule for? Gee, if I'd known this, I would have gone to Shibuya. I forgot to pick up New Year's gifts envelopes. May I go buy some? I suppose you get... Wait, no. Let's just clean up. God, What did I even do? Whatever do to deserve this? Clothes in hand, Nigaki mumbled idle complaints under her breath as she busied herself wiping off the dirty window. There's gotta be a way to skip out. She looked behind her. She saw Samijima slowly wringing out a cloth with a surprising amount of effort. I'm quite good at cleaning with a cloth. Wherever I wipe, not a single stain is left. A chill went down Nigaki's back. On second thought, maybe not. Don't need that, or even that. Yeah, I might as well just throw it all out. Wow, Arisugawa's side is so clean. I'm relieved to see he does actually know how to clean up. Samiji's corkscrew? Don't need that. Half-used detergent? Just get a new one. Jeez. A cactus? Who even watering this thing? Oh, wine? I guess I'll borrow this. Arisugawa! Hey, would someone please explain why all these cleaning supplies are doing here? Oh, these? They're mine. You see, I can't calm down unless I wash my hands with peroxide. Okay. Oh, wow. It's that book about Debussy. I thought I'd lost this. Who would have thought it'd be here of all places? Interesting. Very interesting. Yo, Bach, put that book down and get back to cleaning and just end up reading the whole gosh darn thing in 1 second. One setting. Oh, sorry, my hand just moved on its own. What's this album? Is this from Arisugawa's school years? Don't make it your job to check random crap. Samijima, there's a place I can't reach. Arisugawa, I'm watching this thing like you said, but that album was really... The two had glanced away for only a moment, but when they looked back... Hey. Oh. They saw Arisugawa and Samijima locked in a glaring contest, almost like they were about to go for each other's throats. Guess I'll be settling my score with you before the year's out. How curious. I was thinking the exact same thing. I can hardly ring the New Year's bell with such filth around. Why does this always happen? I don't get it either, man. Look at this. What are they doing? Will you please stop pointing the spray cleaners at each other? Arisaga, my special cleaning sticks are for throwing. Oh, do your eyes need cleaning? Shall I wipe them for you with a sponge? You're not exactly being thorough yourself, buddy. Guess you just can't avoid blind spots, huh? Don't you worry, though. I'll stuff these things into every single one of your holes. Come on, that's enough, you two. Toma watched as the heated exchange with soapy hands. But since he had no power to stop them, he simply looked around uncomfortably. Nigaki? God, you people drive me up the wall. Well, that's it. I'm done. I'm out. I'm going back to my parents. Yes, I'll go clean the kitchen then. What? You're gonna keep cleaning? You should just leave them here. I can't greet the new year when there's this much work to be done. It'll be the only thing on my mind. Goodness gracious. Listen up, losers. Get back to work or else. Who you calling a loser? Come now. There are some who would enjoy that kind of verbal abuse. God, I want to go home so bad, but Toma's still trying. Arisugawa, we're wiping glasses. Samijima, go clean the kitchen with Toma. Huh? Don't me. It's already been decided. Do it or your darling will get a flat tire as a New Year's gift. You took my mini hostage? I suppose we have no choice then. Let's go, Nigaka. Let's go, Nigaki. Don't order me around, you monkey. These people. The cleaning, which they'd started early in the morning, ended up lasting until the evening. Oh, Kawaku's up. I didn't prepare any New Year's soba, though. I wonder if I'd make it in time if I started now? Do you even have the energy to do that? I can't go without soba. Really? A New Year's without soba? Why not just get some udon? New Year's udon? That's heresy! Pipe down, Bach. You made the ED have a heart failure. I wasn't shocked at all. Sorry, Samejima. The things that get you mad are so weird sometimes. We got Red Fox and Green Tanuki. That'll do, I guess. The four slurped their cup ramens in front of the bulky CRT TV, watching the national singers perform. Suddenly, Arisugawa changed the channel. Hey, what gives? No one was watching that anyway. The screen now displayed a variety show which suited a jolt having a serious conversation. The world will end before New Year's? Though they weren't too interested, they all listened to what the people on TV were saying. Just let it end already, someone whispered. Everyone present shared the sentiment. The end of the year, huh? This reminds me, I actually died without doing any major cleaning for the year. I suppose this takes place a little bit ahead of the story I interfered with. I'd last met Kikuchi Ryo and the others on the second Friday of December. We seemed to be behind these four who were just about to enter the next year. Yeah, so because like everything that we've been watching so far, besides like these four people, happened the year the world was supposed to end. So I just assumed that both groups would start at the same point. I can't just be making assumptions like that. I'm going to need more information. Huh? My vision's losing focus. What the fetch is going on? Oh, okay, what the fetch? Whoa! Ha! What was that? A vision half in static. The dark, despair-addled faces of the people from the pink house. And bodies covered in blood. The ending depicted here was... No. I don't want to see anyone hurt or lose their lives. I've had enough of that. It's all Mamiya's fault. Why are you so... Why? Second Friday. Oh, yeah, so this is back with the other people. With our main boys. You took your time. Kikuchi Ryo looked up at me. They were all chatting around the table. Sorry, I had some business that dragged on a bit. Making a wry grin, I went and sat in a chair brought over from the nearby tables. Hey, so, show me this Tojo. Tojo! Morichika wants you to have this. Why didn't you give it to me directly? Huh, since when were you all on such good terms? Just the other day, we went shopping together. Morichika said he needed some bike parts and so insisted on tagging along. I was kind of forced into joining them, and Ryo happened to be free too. I guess that explains it. I felt kind of left out. We wanted you to come, but we couldn't really get a hold of you. Sorry about that. Well, it made sense. I wasn't in their story all the time. It kind of made me think I should have logged in more often, like in some online game. Actually, never mind. That was an awful comparison to make. The fact I had a place to return to made it feel less real, but to them, this was reality. Oh, excuse me. Their whole world. I needed to keep that in mind to avoid becoming just another unfeeling spectator. You listen to me, Tojo? Yes, I am. Anyway, what's on the agenda for today, Natsumi? You sure as heck ain't listening. Huh? Oh, right. Let's see. We still need to decide what to put in Natsumi's coffin. We had some ideas last time, but couldn't actually decide on anything. So, Kato heaved a sigh while eyeing my notes. Natsumi's already been cremated, right? Yes, all that's left is the burial. So it doesn't have to be non-flammable. Anything goes, then. Why not just put in lots of stuff he'd like? We can't just do that. I kind of doubt that's what he'd want. What does he want then? Why did he choose us? If he wanted things like this, he could have just asked his family. Why didn't he do that? Because he likes you. Huh? Where did that come from, Natsumi? Mochika and Tojo made strained grins. Seemed very much like a chill had just gone down their backs. Huh? Oh, Natsumi, he liked you as friends. That's probably why he wants some memorabilia from you. Memorabilia? Maybe that's not the right word for it. I think he's looking for something you guys would want him to have. All I could muster was a shoddy at best explanation, to which they all fell silent. Does anything come to mind? Something you'd want to give him? You know, something to bury him with? I'm not sure. Anything at all, Tojo? Huh? Me? Well, I guess I do have something. What is it? I don't have to say it now, do I? It's kind of embarrassing. It's what we're talking about, though. Well, yeah, that's true. How about you, Morichika? I got nothing. Come on, that's no good either. What about you? Does anything come to mind? Oh, plenty of things. I made tons of memories with him. I remember us dancing while copying moves we saw on TV, playing a version of Old Maid we created ourselves, singing nursery rhymes. I could go on. I bet you could. I'm kind of impressed. But none of those things are objects, right? You can't put them in a coffin, right, Ryo? Ryo, let's keep this up and fill Natsumi's surroundings with wonderful things. Well, I suppose you're pretty good at stuff like that. Hey, Natsumi. What's the point of all this? Huh? These little discussions never go anywhere. No one says what they think, and now we're all talking about things that aren't even objects. Nothing's coming out of this at all. I'd say there's a problem with the whole premise here, don't you think? Come on, Morichika, don't be like that. Natsumi's trying his best. So, wasting people's time is cool as long as you're trying your best. Okay, fine, I'll come up with something helpful. You don't even want to say it. We won't force you. Ryo. Come on, let's talk some more. I'm sure we'll have some good idea soon. Not everyone has made as many memories as you did. But Natsumi's burial's in 2 weeks. There's nothing to talk about. We'll just gather then. Is everyone fine with that? Sure, works for me. But... Sorry, Natsumi. I also think we need more time. Let's go, Minato. Ryo, are you busy now? Huh? Ugh. Who is it? Oh, yay! Midori! Before everyone could leave, we were interrupted by a little girl in a green coat. It was Kikuchi Midori, Ryo's sister. Aww. Hey, Midori, what's up? I can't find Taro. Taro? Yeah, I was with him all the time, but he disappeared. He was hurt too. I was worried. Any idea where he could be, Ryo? Ryo? It's Taro. First I've heard of that. A big shocker for old big bro here, huh? Probably got hauled off by... Scott! Don't say that in front of Midori. Hey, Ryo? Sorry, but as you can see, I need to go. So Kato grabbed Kikuchi Ryo's hand before he could walk out of the donut shop. Please wait. I can't ignore someone in need. Midori, let me help. Kato, but you'd do that for me. I'll do it too. Heck, I'll walk you through fire and ice for you, Midori. Thank you, Minato. The heck? Are you all nuts? It's darn cold out too. Despite his grumbling, Morichika grabbed his bike keys and was clearly planning to join the search too. Alright, let's go find Taro. Who is this, by the way? Oh, me? I'm Natsumi. Taro! Taro! I don't think it'll be that easy. But if it's really hurt, it can't have gone too far, right? Midori, can you tell us more about Taro? Taro
Taro's a brown, fluffy, spotted, and hurt in the right leg.
Spotted and brown, huh? That seems so common.
He's hurt, so I tied a yellow handkerchief to him.
That would explain why I haven't seen it in a while. Kikuchi Ryo was no doubt in charge of laundry at their household, let out a dejected sigh.
If it's got a yellow handkerchief on its leg, we should be able to recognize it right away. Do we split up?
Good thinking, Ryo. You go with me, Midori and... Hold it. You're gonna make me go with this huge guy and the weirdo?
Huh? I also want to look for Taro with Ryo and Midori, not more Chica.
Midori's with me. Alright, let's play round rock, paper, scissors. It'll decide. The Kikuchi siblings are 2 and 1. The one who wins goes with them. The loser will be with the other group.
Alright, I win. I'll win and I'll go with Ryo.
Midori, I'll make sure to win, so cheer for me, okay? Hey, Tojo, let's do paper, huge guy. You do scissors, sound good?
No, it doesn't.
Hey, no cheating.
I won't lose, Tojo. Don't get mad when I win.
Let's go. Rock, paper. So. Alright, so that's the groups, huh? Aw, real cute. Why did I win? You're still complaining. Just look for Taro, okay? Huh? I am, dang it. You're just looking around. That's not how you search for the things. Look, I'm helping out your sister. Some appreciation wouldn't hurt. What? You want a piece of me, pretty boy?
Ryo, Haruki, shut up!
I wonder how they're doing. Forget them. We'll go find Taru.
Don't worry, Tojo. Natsumi's a private detective. He's good at finding things.
Huh? Oh, right. I do take jobs like this quite often.
And how do you usually handle them?
Well, I use bait to lure them out.
I see. And then?
I use a tracking dog to sniff them out.
Wow! And where's that dog now?
I don't have it with me now.
Oh, anything else?
Just look around. That's pretty normal. Sure is. I mean, it sure is. Okay, so what a private investigator does that's different is they talk to people. Like, from what I understand, I've only had a conversation with 1 or 2 people who do the PI work, but like, they pretty much say that like TV shows and like the ideas around it make it all glamorous and stuff, but in reality, it's a lot of just walking around, making stakeouts and talking to people who don't want to talk to you. Let's just keep looking.
Haruki, come here.
Sure. Why is she calling me instead of her brother anyway? Well, Midori tends to be nice to weaklings. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Exactly what I said.
Haruki.
Wait for me, Midori. I'm coming too.
You can stay there.
Hear that? So, what's up?
Look.
Huh? A red clover, but it's December, so what's it doing here?
You can have it. I thought it would be perfect for you.
Is that why you called me over?
I wanted you to see this ever since I've met you.
Well, thanks.
Take good care of it, okay?
Mm-hmm. What did you do, Midori?
Not telling.
Oh, come on. I'll never touch a brat like her, you dummy. There's mud on your knee. I have a wet tissue. Give me a sec to wipe it off. There, all good.
Let's go there next.
You really are her older brother, huh? Yeah. She's important to you. Is that even a question? I'm her brother. Of course she's important to me. Huh, that's so. Sorry, may I go to the bathroom?
Sure, we'll wait here.
Taro sure is hard to find.
But giving up here isn't gonna get us anywhere. It's all about positive thinking.
You're pretty weird, so. He is.
Huh? You're so honest and straightforward about everything.
I just thought there was pretty amazing.
It is? Yeah, just today. Remember how you opened up about your memories with Natsumi? I could never do something like that.
Heck, I'd probably be too embarrassed to even open my mouth.
So, you're a shy type, huh?
Huh? I guess, compared to you at least.
Are you also embarrassed right now, even though we're alone? See, this is exactly what I've been talking about.
Huh?
You really are amazing.
I only remember Natsumi's face.
His face? It's why I didn't want to say it. It'd make me look like the kind of person who judges people based on appearances. He always looked at me and me alone with those sparkling eyes of his. It was kind of embarrassing, but it made me happy too, so I always tried to do my best to reciprocate. Sorry, I can't name any specific memories like you did. I see. Well, that's how it was between the two of you. Yeah.
What is it?
I might be the shy type too.
Huh? Why?
Talking to you makes me feel kind of like I'm chatting with an older girl. Oh, I'm sorry. That was a weird thing to say. It's fine.
Sorry for the wait, guys. Shall we go?
Wow, you brought drinks? Thank you. Here's yours, so. Thank you. I see. So that's what he thought.
We then searched by every bush and looked under every car, but... Any luck? None.
That's a shame. We also went around most places where you'd find a dog, but...
A dog?
Huh?
Wait, you mean Toru's not a cat?
What are you talking about? Taru's a dog, right, Midori? Ah! Taru!
Huh? Midori Kikuchi ran to a bench and...
Taru, I'm so glad you're okay.
Is it a squirrel?
Did you eat enough? Are you by yourself? That's great.
Taru's... a sparrow? The five just stood there, watching absentmindedly as the heartwarming scene unfolded before us. Well, at least Taru's been found. That's all that matters. Sighing, I looked up at the sky. The sun had already dipped below the horizon. We didn't have any more discussions for the day, but thanks to Kikuchi Midori, we at least didn't part on a sour note. Right, I'll be off then. Hey.
Huh?
What? Sorry for dragging you into this. It's fine. I had nothing going on anyway.
Oh. Man, I had no idea Taru was actually a sparrow. All this time I thought he was a dog. Same here. Maybe it's because I used to have a dog myself. Oh, you do? I'm guessing you're a dog person then. Oh, absolutely. I used to have this golden retriever and...
What did we have here? Could you all please gather next week too? I don't think we need to force ourselves to talk about what to bury with Natsumi, but I want to know his friends better. Sorry, I know it has nothing to do with his note. I just want what I want myself. I don't think you guys are obligated to fulfill Natsumi's wish, but if you don't mind,
Jeez, Natsumi, you sure are helpless.
What?
Well, if you insist, I suppose I could look into taking on other shifts.
Besides, you helped Midori. It's the least I can do.
They just had to go and make it hard to refuse. Guys, let's meet up next Friday and have fun with friends.
As friends.
I've managed to get them to meet up next week too.
Go me. I ended up skipping all the way back home. Why couldn't it be next week already? We'd then be able to... Wait, is this really okay? I'm just playing around, aren't I? Having them meet up again was great and all, but I couldn't afford to lose sight of my actual goal. I'm here to save my friends from Mamiya. I'm not biting my tongue every time for nothing. But whenever we all meet, I had my hands full just keeping them on good terms. I couldn't focus on each of their stories at all. I might have to try focusing on just one of them.
Standing on the side of the road, I placed my hand on my jaw and fell deep into thought. At the edge of my vision, I saw... Oh, Fet. Oh. So we actually have to pick somebody to focus on? Fetch. Wait a minute, but what are these? A slender, elegant silhouette, a curvy, roundish silhouette, a smoke-soaked silhouette, and a tall, calming silhouette. Okay. So who would that be? So tall would be So. Smoke-soaked would probably be Kikuchi. Curvy's probably oh, fetch. What's his name? The guy with the dichrome eyes. And then slender, elegant silhouette's probably Rio. I think I'll have to think about this one. We'll decide in 2 weeks' time. Remember, I'm taking next week off, but keep an eye out for the next episode. This is a good one. I liked it. I'm seeing some progress, but I'm getting hesitant. Like, something horrible is going to happen to the four in the pink house. We now know that. So how on earth is Mamiya tied to that? Because it doesn't seem like they're talking to Mamiya yet, or at all. They think Mamiya died. The other thing I'm wondering, too, is, like, Natsumi. What if Natsumi met Mamiya, and that Mamiya led him to die? I don't know. We'll have to see how this all plays out. But hey, it's all good, right? We're all enjoying ourselves, and it's a good story so far. And this was a bit more of a happy feel one. I mean, it had Midori in it. How could it not be happy unless, it got really dark for some reason, as it does. But it's been a great episode. I had a good time with it, and thank you guys so much. Thank you for your patience with me. I know it's not super ideal, but you know what? I got a life on the outside, and this is how this rolls. So I thank you so much for your appreciation. I thank you to the patrons. Obviously, as content gets a little more sparse than it was, like, I definitely wouldn't blame if you don't feel like you want to keep contributing. If you're already a patron, like, don't worry about it. If you aren't a patron, like, if you want to support the channel like directly like that, I'd be super honored, and like it'd mean a lot. But at the same time, I also understand you got your own life and stuff. Like, I don't ever want to make it feel like it's like gatekeeping in any way. Really, the patron cast is really the only thing that goes beyond it, and that's kind of just a chance for me to rant and talk about stuff behind the scenes, share some of my other hobbies, the things I use to keep myself sane. So if that's of interest to you, I'd love you to check it out, but don't worry about it too much. And yeah, just have a great week next week. I do feel kind of bad because I want to be able to keep making content for you, but I do need to take some me time. Other breaks I've had have literally just been like when I'm like traveling and can't actually record. This one I totally could record. I'm just choosing not to focus on a friend, and I think that that's important, especially because I don't know when I'll see him again. So got to make that room for it. But thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate every second you're spending with me, especially if you're staying to the end of the video. That's awesome. So thank you so much. You guys are amazing in every single way. Every time you watch a video with me and share your thoughts about it, it means the world. So thank you so much. Until next video, watch me. Have to see me next. I'll see you there.